So we're setting out a 200 million package of reforms covering most parts of the children's social care system. Part of it is trying to make sure that we get in early to help families where they're struggling. So we're piloting a model of family help in 12 different local authorities. Part of it is around sort of creating much stronger, deeper relationships for children in the care system through sort of family finding work. And then part of it is supporting kinship carers and foster carers, as well as looking at what we can do about practice and supporting the social worker workforce as well. So what we're doing for kinship carers is a £9 million training programme. One of the things that they've talked to us a lot about is not having that sort of training and skills. And sort of some of these things happen very, very quickly, and they might be taking on a family member's child who's quite traumatised, and making sure that we've got that in place. And then we're doing a very quick strategy, but looking at some of the other entitlements that they've talked about. So whether it's parental leave or financial allowances, we'll be looking at that very rapidly to see what more we can do. And then for foster carers, there's a couple of things that we're doing. I think firstly, raising the national minimum allowance. So we've got an inflation beating rise of about 12.4%, which will go out. And also looking at recruitment, because we know that the vast majority of people who sort of try and sign up to be a foster carer don't end up being one. I think it's sort of 94% drop-off rate. So we're looking at how we can make that sort of recruitment and welcome into the foster care world better. And then also retention, because I think the other reason you see people coming out of the system is because it can be quite isolating. So I spoke to this one amazing foster carer recently who was saying that she felt a bit like a forgotten emergency service, because the person who they get the call in the middle of the night, they're often taking on a very traumatized child and then really fighting to turn their lives around. And so one of the things which you'll be familiar with, which we've seen work really well, is the Mockingbird program, which creates that sort of almost network of local foster carers and the children that they're caring for, and that's been really good for retention, so we'll be rolling that out further as well.
Oh, brilliant. And have you got a set amount of money to go to roll it further than at Mockingbird?
Yeah, so the overall package for foster carers, including all those bits that I've talked about, is 24 million for the recruitment and retention side of things. Yeah.
Will you be targeting younger people and different demographics to get children into homes with people with similar backgrounds to them?
So I think one of the key parts of the challenge with the foster care system is to try and get people from some of those different backgrounds, so that we know children from ethnic minority backgrounds sometimes struggle to find a foster carer, siblings as well, maybe children with sort of SEN needs. And then something that I'm very passionate about is trying to find sort of mother and children placements as well, because we know that one of the largest reasons that people go into care is because of domestic abuse, and you can speak to some of the mothers who say, I almost feel like I was punished because then my child was taken away, and actually if you can get them out of their unsafe environment and support them, then they can continue to have a strong sort of family connection with their children as well. So we'll be looking at all of those things and trying to recruit different types of foster carers for different reasons.